Hi, I'm Bill Gladwell, and I'm going to teach you how to be more confident right after this. One of the most popular things that people have hired me for over the years is to help them become more confident. And that means different things to different people. For example, one person may want to speak in front of 1,000 or 2,000 people, and another person just needs the confidence to speak to just one human being. Whatever confidence means to you and whatever situation you need it in, the backbone of confidence remains the same. Now, you can't think yourself into confidence. You can't think that you're more confident and all of a sudden be more confident. You have to feel confident in the situations that you want to be confident in. The key to being confident in any situation is to train your mind to be more comfortable and enjoy the situations that you're in. If you think about it, the times that you're confident, you don't really give confidence much thought. You're not even thinking about yourself. You're just having fun in the situation and you know what you're talking about. When I was a senior in high school, we had to take speech class, and I really dreaded that class because I was uncomfortable about being in front of people. We had to give a 5-minute long speech at the end of the semester. And I remember my best friend going up before I did, and I thought he did a wonderful job. He didn't look nervous. He just spoke to everybody in the room, and he enunciated, and he knew exactly what he wanted to say, and he didn't even have to read it off of a paper. When it was my turn to go up and give my speech, I remember being very nervous. You could see the paper I was holding in my hand just shaking, and I was reading word for word right off the paper. It was a horrible experience for me. But now, jump forward 25, 30 years later, I can walk up to any size group. I've spoken in front of groups of 45,000 people and give a speech that's 1 minute long or 2 hours long. And I don't get nervous at all. And there's a reason for that, because at this point, I don't focus on myself. For those of you who don't know me or only know me as a hypnotist, I'm also an entertainer, and I've had the #1 show in several areas across the United States. And being on stage for so many years, everything has happened to me that could possibly happen to me. Some of it was my fault. I would say stupid things, but I've also tripped and fell getting on the stage. I've fallen off of the stage, some very high stages. I've completely said the wrong thing. I've insulted people, not because I wanted to, but it was a complete accident. And so when you go through those, you no longer have a fear of speaking on stage. And when you overcome that fear, you find it much more comfortable and enjoyable to speak to anybody in any situation. Now, I know you're most likely not going to go out and put together a show and perform it in front of 40,000 people, but everything still applies on how to be more confident. And the #1 thing is to stop thinking about yourself. It's always about the other person, because when you have your focus on the other person or people that you're speaking to, then you don't think about if you're confident or nervous or if you're saying the right thing. You will just speak to them the way that they need to be spoken to. Now, I hear people all the time say things like, just fake it till you make it. And that doesn't work, because you're not building a skill, you're building a feeling and changing it to one of uncomfortableness to one of being confident and enjoyable. So you can't fake it till you make it. Being prepared and learning to flow with the conversation will help with self-confidence, but it won't help you develop self-confidence, because whatever situation you're in, you're going to have things that come up, and you're dealing with human beings, so the variables are always going to be different that you aren't expecting. And when that happens, a lot of times the confidence begins to go down a little at a time until it just diminishes altogether. So instead of focusing on being prepared and making sure everything is in order, what you really should be focusing on are the other human beings in the conversation, as well as knowing that you can go with the flow no matter what happens. So the question is, how do you train your mind so this happens automatically? Well, that's where I come in as a hypnotist. I have a hypnosis audio series called Stress Less, and confidence is a module within that 6-part series, along with stress relief and anxiety and panic attacks and a few other things. And the whole series is designed to reprogram your mind so you feel more confident in any situation and be less stressed and anxious. I know how life-changing it was for me when I learned how to be confident in any situation, and I could walk up and talk to anyone and not be nervous at all. It's been my mission to help others with that because I know how I felt. And I don't think money should be a barrier that keeps people away from learning things like this. So my Stress Less series, I give it to people, no charge, no strings attached. I'll put the link in the description so you can begin using it right away. If you have any questions or comments as you're going through the program, feel free to reach out to me. I'll answer you. Just go to my website at hypnosisforhumans.com. Oh, one more thing. If you know of anyone who would benefit from this program, please feel free to send it to them. Also, leave your comments below and let me know how you're doing as you go through the program. Click subscribe and remember to ring the bell so you don't miss any of my other videos.